All right, so we're getting ready for an orthopedic supplies specialized seller interview,
Yeah.
which sounds pretty intense. I mean, it's more than just retail. We're
Pixelating.
talking helping people regain mobility
Yeah.
and improving their quality of life.
Yeah, that's right.
Thankfully, we have some great resources from RoleCatcher to help us out here.
Oh, that's great.
We've got career guides,
Right.
interview guides,
Mm-hmm.
and even info on how their AI can help candidates.
Oh, very cool.
So let's dive into it.
Sounds good.
It's not just about selling.
No, it's not.
It's about,
It's about really connecting
Right.
with people
helping people.
who are in need
Yeah,
and often
right?
in a very vulnerable state.
Exactly.
So yeah, you're providing solutions that make a real difference in someone's life.
Yeah, and I think that's what makes this kind of interview prep so interesting.
Yeah.
Because you really need to tap into that human element.
You do.
So we're going to dive into some common interview questions that you might encounter.
Great.
RoleCatcher has helped us pull some of those together.
Okay.
We're going to talk about the questions,
Yeah.
but also like the why behind them.
That's important.
What are they really trying to uncover?
Yes.
And then
And then what's the best way to approach them?
exactly.
Yeah.
And any potential follow-ups that they might ask.
Yeah, I love it.
And then along the way, we can sprinkle in some of those insider tips from RoleCatcher
Great.
to really help someone stand out from all the other candidates.
I'm excited.
Okay, so the first question here
Yeah.
is, what are your primary sales techniques for orthopedic supplies?
Oh, okay.
So
That's a good one.
seems pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
But what are they really trying to get at here?
Yeah, they want to see that you understand the nuances of this specific field.
Okay.
They want to see that you can connect with customers who are maybe in pain or feeling vulnerable. And so it's less about listing off like generic sales tactics.
Okay.
It's about showing how you can tailor your approach
Got it.
to the unique needs of these customers.
So really understanding the customer
Yes.
and like,
Yes.
being able to empathize with what they're going through. And then, of course,
And explain
Chiefly.
sometimes complicated medical products
right.
clearly and with compassion.
Yeah. So do you have an example of how someone might answer this in a really strong way?
Yeah. So you could say something like, my primary sales technique is to truly understand the customer's challenges and then connect those challenges to how our products can help them achieve their goals,
Okay.
whether that's regaining independence or getting back to a favorite activity.
So it's really about
Yeah.
connecting that solution
Yeah.
to their personal life.
Exactly.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah.
Now, I bet they're not just going to leave it at that.
No, they won't.
They're going to have some follow-up questions.
Right.
So what kind of things could someone expect there?
They might ask for like a specific example of how you've used this technique with a customer, maybe even a challenging one.
Right.
Be prepared to walk them through a situation where you had to really listen,
Okay.
understand the customer's needs, and tailor your recommendations.
Got it.
They're going to want to see you can walk the walk, not just talk the talk.
I see. And I think this is where RoleCatcher's AI can actually come in and help out.
Totally. For this question, their AI can analyze your response.
Okay.
Make sure it's highlighting your customer service skills and empathy,
Mm-hmm.
which are crucial
Yeah.
for this role.
I mean, it's like having someone reading that answer and being like, okay, does this sound empathetic? Like, are you hitting the right notes here?
Exactly.
Okay, so you're not just getting sample questions, you're getting feedback.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So moving on to question number 2.
Right.
This one is, how do you stay up to date with the latest products and advances in orthopedic supplies?
Great question.
So this one seems like it's all about showing your passion and dedication.
It is.
Right.
It is.
Like you're really interested in this. Yeah, you're not just there to sell stuff.
Yes.
You want to know what's going on
Yeah.
in the field.
So don't just mention reading industry magazines. Talk about attending conferences,
Okay.
webinars,
Mm-hmm.
maybe following key thought leaders
Oh, interesting.
on social media
Yeah.
or research institutions.
Okay.
Show them you're actively engaged.
So it's not just about, reading a
Yes.
magazine. It's
Yes.
about immersing yourself in
Being a part of
the
it.
community
Yes.
of this field.
Yeah.
And then I imagine you would want to connect that back to the customer,
Totally.
right? Like
Yeah.
by keeping up with the latest advancements, I can provide my customer with the most innovative and effective solutions for their needs.
Oh, love that.
Yeah.
That's a perfect way to frame it.
Okay. And I bet they'll have some follow-up questions here too.
For sure.
What kind of things could they ask?
They might ask you to describe like a recent advancement that excited you and how it could benefit customers.
Okay, so be ready to talk about those cutting-edge things.
Yes.
Like 3D printed orthotics.
Exactly.
Or robotic prosthetics.
Yes.
Like, those are pretty mind-blowing.
They are.
I mean, they might even ask you to explain a complex new product
Sure.
to someone who isn't tech-savvy.
Right.
Which is also a good test of your communication skills.
That is a good test.
Okay, so question number 3 is, can you describe a time when you successfully closed a big sale?
Oh, I love this question.
All right, story time.
Yes.
But it's got to be more than just a good story, right?
Right.
Like, we need to have a strategy here.
Yes.
So how do you approach this?
So this is where the STAR method comes in handy.
Okay.
So situation,
Okay.
past action,
Yep.
and result.
Okay. Yeah.
You set the scene,
Right.
describe the challenge,
Mm-hmm.
explain the steps you took, and then highlight that positive outcome.
And don't forget to quantify those
Yeah.
results.
Yes.
Right. Give them numbers
Yeah.
to show the impact you made.
Exactly.
So, for example,
You could say, I once worked with a customer who was an athlete recovering from a serious injury. By understanding their performance goals and recommending a customized combination of braces and supports, I was able to close a sale that exceeded my monthly target by 20%.
wow, that's impressive.
It is.
Yeah.
And it shows you can handle complex sales and achieve those results.
Okay, so what kind of follow-up questions could they ask after a story like that?
They might ask about the biggest obstacle that you faced in that sale and how you overcame it.
So it's going to be a little deeper
Yes.
than just the surface of
Oh,
that
they-
story.
They want to see your problem-solving skills and your ability to learn and grow.
And I think RoleCatcher's AI can be really helpful here,
Oh, absolutely.
right? Because they can kind of analyze that response
Yeah.
and make sure you're hitting on
Yeah.
those key points.
Make sure it's highlighting your ability to close deals and achieve tangible results.
Yeah, it's like having a coach
Is.
helping you prep for this interview.
Yes.
Okay, question number 4.
Okay.
Can you describe a time when you had to deal with a difficult customer?
Woo, everyone's favorite.
I was going to say this is the one everyone dreads,
I know.
but it's bound to come up.
It is inevitable,
Right.
especially in customer-facing roles.
So how do we approach this one?
Focus on how you handle these situations with grace and professionalism.
Okay.
So it's not about winning an argument.
Right.
It's about finding a solution that satisfies the customer and preserves the relationship.
That makes sense.
So active listening skills,
Mm-hmm.
empathy, problem-solving abilities.
Okay.
Paint a picture of how you de-escalate the situation and find a resolution that works for everyone.
So, for example,
You could describe a time when a customer was frustrated with a product that wasn't working as expected
okay.
and talk about how you listened to their concerns,
Right.
apologize for the inconvenience, and then work with them to find a suitable alternative or solution.
Okay. And what kind of follow-ups could we expect here?
They might ask about your approach to de-escalating a situation with an angry customer,
Okay.
or how you set boundaries while still maintaining a positive rapport.
So it's really about
Yeah.
assessing your conflict resolution skills.
Yes. Conflict resolution is key.
All right, question number 5.
Okay.
How do you prioritize your sales pipeline?
Good one.
This is more about organization
Yes.
and time management.
It
So
is.
what are they trying to figure out here?
They want to see how you juggle multiple tasks.
Okay.
Stay organized
Mhm.
and focus on what's most important.
Got it.
You could mention using a CRM system
Okay.
to track your leads,
Right.
setting realistic goals, and
Mhm.
focusing on those high-value prospects.
So showing that you have a system,
Yes,
that
assist.
you're not just kind of
Right.
going with the flow.
Winging it.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
And connect it back to this field,
Yes.
always.
So how would you do that? You could say something like, I prioritize my sales pipeline by first identifying customers with urgent needs,
Okay.
like those recovering from surgery,
Okay.
and then focus on building relationships with healthcare professionals who refer patients to our store.
Okay. So you're showing that you understand
Yes.
this kind of referral network
Yeah, the referral network is huge.
that exists in this industry.
Yeah.
Okay. What kind of follow-up questions could they ask to test your prioritization skills?
They might ask how you decide which leads to pursue when you have limited time,
Okay.
or what your process is for re-engaging with leads who've gone cold.
Okay, so they really want to see
Mm-hmm.
what that thought process is.
They do.
And again, this is another area where I think RoleCatcher's AI could be really helpful.
Oh, absolutely.
Right, like helping someone refine their answers, make sure they're
Yeah.
hitting all the key points.
It can analyze your response and ensure it's highlighting your organizational skills and ability to manage a sales pipeline effectively.
So they're getting that feedback before
Yeah.
they're even in the interview.
Exactly.
Okay, that's cool. Question number 6.
Okay.
How do you handle rejection in sales?
Oh, yeah, this one is important.
This is a tough one.
Yeah.
It's such a part of the sales world.
Yes.
Like, you're going to get rejected.
Rejection is part of the game.
But they want to see how you handle that.
Exactly.
So how do you talk about that in a positive way?
Talk about your mindset,
Okay.
your ability to learn from setbacks, and your strategies for staying positive. For example, you could say,
Yeah.
I view rejection as an opportunity to learn and improve.
Okay.
I try to understand why the customer said no and use that feedback to refine my approach for next time.
So you're turning it into a positive learning experience.
Yes.
Okay. What kind of follow-ups could they ask to really see how resilient you are?
They might ask for a specific example of a time that you faced rejection and how you handled it. Or they could ask about the techniques you use to stay positive and motivated when facing a string of rejections.
So they might get a little personal.
Yes.
Okay, question number 7.
Right.
Can you describe a time when you had to work collaboratively with your team to close a sale?
Teamwork.
Teamwork makes the dream work,
It does.
right? So what are they looking for here?
They are looking for evidence that you can play well with others,
Okay.
communicate effectively, and contribute to a shared goal.
So it's not all about like individual achievement.
It's not.
It's about how you work together.
Right.
So do you have an example of that?
You could describe a time when you worked with colleagues to develop a customized solution for a customer with complex needs, highlighting how everyone's skills and expertise contributed to the success of the sale.
Okay, so you're giving them that example
Yes.
of how you've done that in the past.
Yeah.
And what kind of follow-ups could we expect here?
They might ask about your preferred style of communication when working in a team setting,
Right.
or how you handle disagreements or conflicts within a team.
So again, it's all about those interpersonal skills.
Yes.
All right, so we've made it through 7.
7 down.
Pretty intense interview questions.
We're just getting started.
I'm ready for a break, but I have a feeling
I know.
we're just getting started.
There's more to come.
I'm excited.
Me too. Welcome back to our deep dive. We're still prepping for that Orthopaedic Supplies Specialized Seller interview.
Man, there are a lot of questions.
I know it's a lot.
But I guess it shows you how much goes into this kind of job.
It
It's a
seems
specialized field.
right. It's more than just like, here's a product, can I sell it to you?
Exactly.
Yeah. You have to understand the customer,
Right.
the industry.
The whole career path.
Yeah, and that's where the RoleCatcher Career Guides come in handy.
Oh, yeah. They have so much good information
Yeah,
on like the bigger picture stuff.
absolutely.
Okay, well, let's get back to those interview questions. We left off on number 7.
Right.
So this one is, how do you identify potential customers for orthopedic supplies?
Ooh, that's a good one.
This seems like it's all about strategy
Yes.
and understanding like the market.
Totally. They want to see that you're not just waiting for customers to walk through the door.
Right.
You're actively thinking about how to reach them.
So like being proactive.
Proactive. Yes.
Okay. So what are some ways that someone can do that?
Conducting market research,
Okay.
networking with healthcare professionals,
Makes sense.
attending industry events, or even using social media.
Oh, yeah, to connect with potential customers.
Exactly.
So it's kind of like
It's like you're a detective, but for potential customers.
that.
You've got to be out there looking for those clues.
So how would you tie that back into like your own personal approach?
You could say something like, I identify potential customers by building relationships with physical therapists, orthopedic surgeons, sports medicine doctors.
Thank you.
I also make it a point to attend local health fairs and community events
Well,
to educate people about our products and services.
so you're really getting out there,
You are.
meeting people
Yes.
and spreading the word.
Exactly.
What kind of follow-up questions could we expect here?
They might ask about the key demographics you target when marketing orthopedic supplies.
Okay.
Or how you stay informed about changes in the healthcare landscape that might affect your target market.
So they want to know
Yeah.
you're thinking ahead.
Yeah. Thinking strategically.
Yeah, and anticipating those industry shifts,
Exactly.
which is something I think RoleCatcher's AI can really help people with.
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
They can help tailor your response to highlight your marketing skills and understanding of the target market.
So they're making sure that you're
Yeah.
hitting those.
You're speaking the language they want to hear.
Okay, question number 9.
Okay, bring it on.
Can you describe a time when you had to negotiate pricing for orthopedic supplies?
Oh, this is interesting.
This one feels like a curveball.
It can be.
Right, because
It's a delicate dance.
it is.
Especially when you're in healthcare, where you know people's well-being is at stake.
Right, it's not just about getting the sale.
It's not.
So what are they looking for here?
They want to see that you can balance empathy
Okay.
with business acumen.
Yes, you're not just
Yeah, you're not just trying to,
trying to make a buck.
make as much money as possible.
But you're also understanding.
Yes. You want to find a solution
Yeah.
that works for the customer and the company.
Okay, so how might someone answer this question?
You could talk about a time when you worked with a customer who had budget constraints,
Okay.
but still needed a specific product. Maybe you helped them explore financing options, or you worked with your manager to find a compromise on pricing.
So it's about being
Creative.
compassionate,
Yeah.
but also,
Realistic.
yeah, you have to protect the company's bottom line.
What kind of follow-ups could we expect? They might ask how you handle price objections from customers,
Right.
or what factors you consider when negotiating pricing.
So they might ask
They're going to try and see
Yeah.
what your thought process is.
what your strategies are
Yeah.
for these tricky situations.
Totally.
And I imagine RoleCatcher's AI could provide some feedback on this as well.
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
It can help you fine-tune your response to emphasize your negotiation skills and your ability to find win-win solutions.
Which are so valuable in any job.
They are.
Okay, so we've just covered 9
I know.
pretty intense interview questions.
It is a lot.
But I'm feeling a lot more prepared.
That-
Is that all there is to it?
That's just the beginning.
Oh, no.
I know.
So, what else do we need to think about?
So knowing how to answer those common questions is crucial,
Okay.
but it's just one piece of the puzzle.
Right. So what's the other piece of the puzzle?
Well, the RoleCatcher Career Guide
Oh, yeah.
has some great insights on how to stand out from the crowd and really impress those potential employers.
So spill the tea.
All right, let's do it.
All right, so we've covered a ton of ground here.
We have.
Getting ready for this Orthopaedic Supplies Specialized Seller interview. We've talked about the role, the industry,
Yep.
all those tricky questions.
Yes.
But now I want to kind of step back and look at the bigger picture.
Okay. Love it.
We've talked a lot about what's happening right now.
Yeah.
But what about the future of this field?
That's a great question.
It seems like it's being shaped so much by technology.
Absolutely.
We've mentioned 3D printing robotics. What does that really mean for someone who's starting their career now?
Yeah, it's not just about selling a brace off the shelf anymore.
Right.
If someone's getting a robotic prosthetic, that's
Yeah.
a whole different level of expertise.
Yeah, so what do you think that Orthopaedic Supplies Specialized Seller of the future looks like?
I think they're going to be part salesperson, part tech consultant,
Okay.
and even part counselor in a way.
Counselor. Okay, I need you to explain that.
Okay, so imagine someone who has just had an amputation.
Okay.
They are facing a huge life change.
Yeah.
And now they're being presented with this high-tech prosthetic limb.
Right.
They're going to have a lot of questions.
Of course.
Fears, maybe even some excitement
Yeah.
mixed in there.
So as the seller, you need to be able to...
You need to meet them where they're at.
Yeah.
You need to have empathy, active listening skills,
Right.
and the ability to kind of translate
Yeah.
this complex medical technology
Yeah.
into terms anyone can understand.
So it really does tie back to what we talked about earlier with that continuous learning.
Yes.
You need to
Happy learning.
always be learning because this technology is not going to slow down.
It's not.
It's going to keep advancing.
It is.
So as you're going into this interview,
Yeah.
even if they don't ask this directly, think about how technology is going to shape your career.
Think about how you feel about that.
Are you excited about it?
Are you passionate about learning new things?
Let that enthusiasm show.
Yes. Enthusiasm is key.
I mean, and RoleCatcher's AI can help you really fine-tune those answers.
Yes, it can.
Make sure you're hitting all the right notes.
And highlight your strengths.
Okay, so we've reached the end of our deep dive.
Yeah.
And I feel like we've learned so much.
Me too.
Not just about how to answer the interview questions,
Right.
but about what it really means to work in this field.
Yes, it's a fascinating field.
And it's only going to get more interesting.
Absolutely.
And to our listener, best of luck with that interview.
Yes, good luck.
And, keep diving deep into this world of knowledge.
Yeah,
You never know what you might find.
that's right.
We'll see you next time on The Deep Dive.